Meeting to order. We do have a quorum present. Go through the items here. Under C, item 1.
Mayor, if you'd like a briefing on any of these public hearings, we do have staff available.
Okay. If anybody wants that, y'all just ask for it. Anything on 1? Item 2. Item 3. Item 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. We must be hungry. 9.
Yes, ma'am, I'd like to make a comment on this one.
Okay.
Basically, they were asking for 2 variances. I have no problem with the first variance in regards to the streets and sidewalks. But I do have a profound concern for the alleviation of the alleyway.
Okay.
That regulation that applies to that, section V2K, states that a variance can be applied doing away with the alleyway for, I believe the language may be average of 10,000 square foot lots. And by my calculation this afternoon, there's 177 lots. There's one at 12,000 square feet. There's one at 11,000 square feet and 2 at 9.
Good.
So if you go and say all of those are just about, that means that there's 4 lots that may be close to the intent of the regulation.
Okay.
So that means that 0.02% are qualified for that variance.
Okay. Let's see what staff has to say on
And
that.
I don't think that it meets the intent of the regulation when only 4 lots out of 177 are close to what that. And may I add another point? The majority of the 177 lots are somewhere between 5,900 square feet and 6,500 square feet. So with that, I'll let staff speak on it.
Okay. Staff?
Eric, you want to address that or Nikki?
This is a variance that we've done in the development out in Castle Hills for villas, Golf Course Villas 1, 2, and 3. Your 96 agreement incorporated the 96 General Development Ordinance at the time, plus there was an Exhibit C or B to that document and had a bunch of listed variances built into that. And I think the language here, if I'm not mistaken, basically gives, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave or Jeff, but gives the variances, gives additional variances if they meet that criteria. This development does not meet that criteria, therefore they're asking for that variance. So we may not have made that incredibly clear on B or not, but did I state that right, guys?
That's right.
That's correct. So in other words, if they had met the 10,000 square foot average or lot size average, that was already a built-in variance like many of the others that were part of the 96 agreement. This development, this is the Burnt Track development, the one that we had presented to you all at the retreat and everything, and this is the final stage of their plan, their preliminary plat coming to you as a district. And this gets down to the nuts and bolts of they can't meet the 96 GDO, nor can they meet the variance requirements, or they don't wish to, that were built into that. So hence, this is a raw variance. coming to you, just like any other variance would be in the city.
Okay, well, thank you. I understand part of what you said was in the backup material about it being presented before and okayed before. And I guess maybe this council and maybe previous councils were okay with that, but I hold a little bit of respect and for the people that came up with the original section in the code for that. And I just don't think, and if we've okayed it in the past, then that's something that happened in the past. But, you know, probably I'm not in favor of this and will not be going forward in the future in favor when it's a 0.02% meeting of the requirement.
Staff question on does this only apply in Castle Hills,
The average lot size.
the 10,000 square foot?
That is correct, Mayor.
Okay, so it's only in the Castle Hills. We have approved other things in the city recently, haven't we?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And
Yeah.
Many subdivisions,
that 10,000 is only triggered in Castle Hills, and all that does is trigger an automatic variance.
yes.
They could ask for a variance on anything at any time. This is just that 10,000 is triggering an automatic variance option for them. Is that how I'm understanding
Well,
that?
they don't meet the 10,000 square foot average.
Which is why they have to
Which-
ask for a regular variance, because if
That
they
is
met
correct.
it,
If they
okay.
met it, then
They're okay.
it would be a staff level approval.
But if this was the subdivision north of the Methodist Church at Summit and Main Street,
Right.
those are less than 10,000 foot lots
That is correct.
and do not have alleys, so it doesn't come into play there.
Correct.
So
Right.
it's something this is just a situation in Castle Hills. Okay. Just wanted to,
Another big one y'all approved was phase 8, which is just north of Winhaven. All of that phase was similar situation. A few of the lots was over 10,000, many were not. And that variance was granted for that subdivision.
okay. Any other questions on 9? I assume we're gonna have same thing on the other ones, sir? Okay. Number 10, Councilman Vaughn, do you have the same concern on that one? And I don't know if this is the one.
No, I did not. I didn't make any notes.
Okay. Item 11. And item 12. Okay. Any comments from anybody at this time? Okay. It's the end of the workshop, and we'll convene at 7 o'clock for the city council meeting.
Oh, here, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's cry every time I have to.
Okay, I just had, first of all, I'd like to state, I think it's a great idea that they've decided to build a drive-in in Louisville. The whole time I was thinking about this, it sure brought back some very nice memories of years past. So I was totally in favor of that.
That wasn't me.
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
That
the
wasn't
hammer
me.
fell off the.
Fell off.
I just have a couple of questions. In regards to the lavatory facilities, are there baby stations in those lavatories? Or are they, is there a separate room, for those fold out, those changing centers? Is that part of the design to be in there?
Building code requires it.
It requires it, okay, good. My other question has to do with smoking. Now, I know that there's no smoking allowed in the concession stand, but there's, if I remember correctly, there's a children's play area, maybe a covered patio kind of thing as well, and some kind of hill that they can sit outside the car and watch the show, if I'm remembering correctly. How will those be addressed as far as smoking is concerned?
I think they'd be addressed in the smoking ordinance, similar to the way we address restaurants and family areas.
So these will be posted, the reason I'm asking is, they're outside, so as you know, a smoker could get easily confused as to where they can smoke and where they can't.
Well, the answer would be, I'm sure we could regulate that, but I'd have to look at the smoking ordinances, our
Okay.
prevention ordinance, and determine just what we have in there, and if not, maybe we can come back with a change to it.
All right, good. And the final item is, I had a concern about the permeable surface. Is that ADA compliant? Or, I mean, this would not create a hazard for a handicapped person in a wheelchair or on a cane? Is ADA signed off on that, using that material? I think it's a great material. I think it's appropriate for the site, but I just wanted to know, as far as the handicapped or whatever, is that a problem for them?
Well, I think there's a number of issues that are related to that. It's a compacted soil, so it's going to be navigatable, but we're really more concerned with ADA is providing the same or similar amenities that you provide for everyone else. So having access to certain areas would certainly require the ADA smooth surface and not the permanent surface. Going from vehicle to vehicle, there's an intense rise and fall and slope, so that makes it really difficult, but
There will be a pathway
there
that,
will be accessibility provided for people with disabilities
okay.
throughout the facility. It will be matched similar in kind to what you have throughout.
Okay, thanks.
Is that it?
That's it, sir. Thank you for
Okay.
the backup.
Thank you. Yep, that's it. Call tonight's meeting to order. First two items of business, invocation by Councilman Gilmore and pledge to the American and Texas flags by Mayor Pro Tem Tierney. Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Tierney.
Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, first item, public hearings. public hearings, consideration of an ordinance granting an amended special use permit for drive-in theater on 34.529 acres tract located at the southeast corner of Midway Road and Hawford's Prairie Road. Comments: as an SUP for a 5-screen drive-in theater was approved in January 2015. The proposed SUP amendment is to add a 6th screen and to relocate the main entry drive. All other aspects remain as originally presented. P&Z recommended unanimous approval. Recommendation is that City Council approve the proposed ordinance as set forth in the caption above. Presentations, city staff? Nika, do you have anything?
I don't, Mayor, unless if you would like me to go over the proposal. Pretty much you had approved a very similar site plan about 6 months ago for 5 screens.
Okay.
They have looked at the site again and decided that they could squeeze in 1 more screen, and so that was what they have done. I would like to say that Mr. Glenn Solomon, who is the president and CEO of the theater, is here, and I would like to just for him to come up and say hello, so council can put a name with a face.
Okay. Mr. Solomon? Give us your name and address for the record, please.
Glenn Solomon, and do you want my address?
Yes.
3630 Overbrook Drive, Dallas, Texas.
Thank you. And we do have that you fill out a card for us, and you are in support but don't wish to speak unless you are available for questions.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Any questions at this time?
What's that?
Being Lewis.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, everybody's been very supportive. We've been before you, I think, 2 times now, and planning and zoning and all the city staff and Nika and her group have done a great job, and we're excited. We just met with the Louisville contractor, Parkway contractors, and they have been working extremely hard all summer on getting this thing to the point where we can hopefully start construction in early October.
Okay, thank you. Any questions at this time? Okay. We have a motion to close the public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close the public hearing by Councilman Ferguson and then Councilman Gilmore. Any comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, Councilman Ferguson.
Yes, move to approve as presented.
Okay. Is there a second? Any discussion? Okay.
This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Louisville, Texas by granting an amended special use permit for a drive-in theater on a 34.529 acre tract of land out of the S.M. Hayden Survey, abstract number 537, Zone Light Industrial District, located at the southeast corner of Midway Road and Hofers Prairie Road, providing for severability, providing a penalty, providing a repealer, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
A lot of excited people on social media looking forward to your opening.
Great. Been very successful social media for us in Fort Worth.
Yeah, I've been to the Fort Worth one. It's an outstanding facility. You guys do good work.
This one's gonna be even better.
Excellent. I love hearing that.
Item 2, public hearing, consideration of an ordinance amending Chapter 17 zoning of the Louisville City Code by repealing and replacing the charter in its entirety. Comments? The proposed amendments to the zoning ordinance will improve the development of standards and provide needed changes that will greatly enhance our delivery of service to the development community and our citizens. P&Z recommended unanimous approval. Recommendation is that City Council approve the proposed ordinance as set forth in the caption above. Presentation by Nika.
Yes, sir. Again, I can come in and go over the fine points of the ordinance. Actually, I'll ask Richard Lutke to do it if the council is interested. Would you like me to do that? Would you like us to do that?
Anybody like to hear that at this time? I guess not. Okay, thank you.
This is primarily streamlining our ordinance and making it more in tune with the market and market demands.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Councilman Vaughn, do you have a motion to close the public hearing?
Mayor, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes.
Sorry, multitasking.
Okay.
I said aye on the first one. I'm
Okay.
good.
Good. I heard it the first time. I did. That's why I ignored the second one.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the ordinance as stated.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Counselor?
This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending Chapter 17 zoning of the Louisville City Code by repealing and replacing the chapter in its entirety, altering definitions, modifying, deleting, and adding uses within zoning districts, replacing the planned unit development district with a new planned development district, replacing the mixed-use 30 district with a new mixed-use district, revising regulations within the various mixed-use districts, providing for severability, providing a penalty, providing a repealer, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 3, public hearing, consideration of the proposed fiscal year 2015-2016 budget, property tax revenue increase, and proposed property tax rate. Comments. The proposed fiscal year 2015-16 property tax rate is .436086, equal to the current rate of .436086 cents. The proposed budget includes changes made by the City Council at the budget workshop held on August 1st. The first public hearing was held August 17th. Tonight's public hearing will be the second and final public hearing. An agenda item to adopt the budget and property tax revenue increase and property tax rate will be on September 21st, 2015 City Council. Recommendation is that City Council conduct a public hearing. I don't have any cards on that. Councilman Gilmore, do you have a motion to close the public hearing?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second?
Okay, you have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay. That's it on this one, isn't it, Counselor? Okay. Next item is Visitor Citizen Forum. At this time, any person with business before the council not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the council. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. I don't have any cards for that. Next item, consent agenda. All of the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. For a citizen to request removal of an item, a speaker card must be filled out and submitted to the city secretary. I don't have any cards on this. Councilman Tierney?
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Councilman Tierney, a second by Councilman Gilmore. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Now, down to regular hearings, number 9. Consideration of a preliminary plat containing 177 residential lots and 15 common area lots designated estate townhomes with 2 associated variances located on 34.367 acres at the southeast corner of Standridge Drive and Hebron Parkway. Comments are that the subject plat is located within Castle Hills in the city's ETJ and is for single-family residential development. It has 2 variances: A, to allow 41-foot street right-of-ways with a 6-foot sidewalk and utility easements in lieu of the required 50-foot right-of-way, and B, waive the alley requirement. P&Z recommended approval. Recommendation is City Council approve the preliminary plat and the variance is set forth in the caption above. Number 9, have Aaron Ketchert here. Okay. You're available if we have any questions. Okay. And that's it. Anybody have any questions for the applicant here? Okay. Councilman Daniels.
Make a motion to approve?
Second?
We have a motion by Councilman Daniels, second by Councilman Ferguson. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay?
Nay?
Okay. We have one nay on that, Councilman Vaughn. 10, consideration of final plat, development plan, and project plan for Windhaven Crossing Addition, Phase A, Section 1, containing 60 residential lots and 2 HOA lots, located on 5.748 acres, Zone PUD 2 in the southwest corner of State Highway 121 and the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad. Administrative comments is that the final plat for Windhaven Crossing, Phase A, Section 1, includes 60 lots covering 5.748 acres. The final plat, the final plat, development plan, and project plan demonstrate full compliance with the associated PUD regulations. P&Z recommended unanimous approval. Recommendation is that the City Council approve the final plat, development plan, and project plan as set forth in the caption above. And I do have Brian Umberger here. If we have any questions, you're available for us. Okay, thank you, sir. Councilman Vaughn.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the caption.
Okay. We have a motion by Councilman Vaughn to approve and a second by Councilman Ferguson. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thanks, sir. Item 11, consideration of final plat, development plan, and project plan for Windhaven Crossing Addition, Plan Phase B, Phase 2, containing 90 residential lots and 8 HOA lots, located on 8.408 acres, Zone PUD in the southeast corner of State Highway 121 and the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad. Administrative comments. The final plat for Windhaven Crossing Phase B, Section 1, includes 90 lots covering 8.408 acres. The final plat, development plan, and project plans demonstrate full compliance with the associated PUD regulations. P&Z recommended unanimous approval. Recommendation is that the City Council approve the final plat, development plan, and project plan as set forth in the caption above. And the presentation by Nika. Do you have anything on this one, Nika?
No, sir, unless if you need more information.
Okay. Okay. Councilman Ferguson.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Ferguson to approve as presented, a second by Councilman Vaughn. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. Item 12, consideration of a variance to the Louisville City Code, Section 2-201, fee schedule regarding a waiver of special event fees for National Light Out events on Tuesday, October 6, 2015. Comments: Texas will observe National Night Out on October 6, 2015. To encourage groups to hold such an event, the Police Department recommends that City Council waive fees normally associated with a block party. The Police Department estimate that the waived fee could total $1,146. The recommendation is that City Council approve the variance as set forth in the caption above. Is there anyone going to speak on this from staff, Steve? Okay, nothing. Okay, Councilman Gilmore.
Mayor, I know I talked a little bit with staff on this one, and I talked with several neighborhoods that are interested in this, but they felt that this was one of those areas where the city might be able to encourage a little more activity if we allowed this. So I'm going to be in support of this, and I'd like to move to approve.
Okay. Was that you, Greg? Sure. Okay. We have a motion by Councilman Gilmore, second by Councilman Tierney to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. thank you. Reports, Nika? Okay, nothing, Bob? Chief? Okay. Nothing?
No, sir.
Okay. Water?
No, sir, there's nothing new to report. Both lakes are right at conservation, so everything's in good order.
Okay. Nothing? Eric?
Yes, Mayor, give me a 35 Express report. You may have received the email, but I'll say this for the citizens' viewpoints. But two significant things, the two northbound lanes of I-35 from Garden Ridge to the Lake Bridge will be closed starting, I think, Wednesday at 9 p.m. through 6 a.m. And that'll run all the way through November 24th. That'll enable them to do painting of the bridge underneath and some work down in that corridor. Also, importantly, AGL is still telling staff that they will have 2 lanes underneath 35 connecting Lake Park and 407 by late October. So in other words, you'll have an east and west bound lane underneath 35 by the end of October, which that'll relieve a lot of transportation issues and concerns up there until they finish the project around January 1st.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Daniels?
Nothing, Mayor?
Tierney?
No, sir.
Councilor Gilmore?
Mayor, I know we've got Western Days and most everybody's going to be looking at that to fill their weekend, but I do want to point out that our library is going to be having its fall used book sale that same weekend, so on Friday the 25th from 5 to 7 p.m., and then on Saturday from 9 to 5 and Sunday from 1 to 5. There are some details about that, but just go to the city website and look for the library used book sale. It's a great opportunity to help fund the library, the friends of the library, and to pick up some great books.
Assistant City Manager?
No, sir.
Okay. Councilor Ferguson?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. MCL Grand, we have several things coming up. First of all, Louisville Lake Symphony on Friday, September 18th will open its season with the winner of its 2015 International Competition for Strings, Mr. Christopher Lowry, who plays viola, which is unusual because it's normally violin and cello that tend to have a lot of pieces written for them, and rarely see viola featured because there isn't a lot written for it. It's just, along with the bass, not as common, but he'll be playing Bartók's Viola Concerto, very difficult piece, not often heard. We're very excited to have him. Also, very popular along with it, Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony No. 6. If you watched Walt Disney growing up, I guarantee you heard it. Also, Healthy You, presented by the Medical Center of Louisville, continues its series on September 22nd with fall prevention. That's not the season, that's stumbling type falls. And balance. Western Days, well, that's the 25th and the 26th, presented by the City of Louisville. And certainly everybody will be hearing more about that. The Lion of Texas, a one-man show about Texas history, will be presented by Sam Houston on September 29th at the MCL Grand. And the Visual Arts League continues its jam sessions on Friday nights. Also, art exhibits, we continue the exhibit As Above, So Below, a group of 6 artists from UNT that will be there through September 19th. And then a show will be coming in for applicable to Western Days, as we do every year with a Western theme. And that'll open on the 25th. There's also a photography exhibit, Altered Processes, on the North Quarter Gallery, presented by the Visual Arts League from August 15th through the 19th. And that will change on the 25th to Women of the West, which is also a VAL exhibit in the North Quarter Gallery. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Vaughn?
Nothing, Mayor.
Okay. Counselor? City Secretary? Officer, again, thank you for your service, and all those and the other officers and the support staff. Thank you. Next item is going to be closed session in accordance with Texas Government Code Subchapter D, Item 1, Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, legal issues related to the construction of the Old Town Park Plaza. Item 2, Section 551.071, consultation with attorney pending litigation. City of Louisville versus City of Farmers Branch and Camelot Landfill, Texas LP. Cause number 4, 12-CV-00782, U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas, Sherman Division. TCEQ modification to municipal solid waste permit number 1312A, and TCEQ application to obtain municipal solid waste permit amendment permit number 1312B. Item 3, section 551.072, real estate property acquisition. Item 4, section 551.074, personnel annual staff review. 1, City Manager Donna Barron. 2, City Secretary Julie Heinze. 3, City Attorney Elizabeth Plaster. 4, City Municipal Judge Brian Holman. And 5, alternate municipal judges. And then item 5, section 551.087, economic development, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. We'll now go into closed session. Couple of minutes. We'll reconvene back into regular session. Is there any action to take?
Mayor, I'd like to move that we increase in compensation the following persons and it be adopted for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2015. City Secretary Julie Heinze, total compensation increased by 3%. Chief Municipal Court Judge Brian Holman, total compensation increased by 3%. And City Attorney Elizabeth Plaster, total compensation increased by 3%. In addition, to that, we hold off on a decision for the assistant judges until we have a comparable city survey information.
Second?
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Is there any other action?
Move to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Good night.